Hello, and a warm welcome to our weekly show, Love Athletics. In this program, we bring you the latest highlights from our sport with expert input from different continental areas. Today, our virtual guests will be the athletes we recorded at the Atletissima Diamond League meeting last Friday. So let's get straight into the action. Top performances of the week came on 26 August at Atletissima meet in Lausanne. One world lead was set there by Jakob Ingebrigtsen, who continued his golden streak after the European Championships, running a dominant race to clock 3:29.05. In the sprints, the men's 200 had a loaded field with 7 men who had run under 20 seconds this season. Noah Lyles beat them all in an excellent 19.56, passing Michael Norman as he came off the bend and increasing his lead down the home straight. The women's 100-meter field was also exceptional, boasting 8 women with seasonal bests under 10.9. But Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price was forced to withdraw after suffering a muscle sprain in the warm-up, and Elaine Thompson-Hera was disqualified for a false start. Victory went to the USA's Aliyah Hobbs in 10.87. In the shot put, Joe Kovacs inflicted on Ryan Krauser the first outdoor defeat and only the second, including indoors, since besting him by 1 centimeter in October 2019 at the World Championships in Doha. And this time, the margin was considerable, 22 meters 65 to 22.05. Krauser revealed after the competition that he had just recovered from a long bout of COVID. And more excellent performances came in the sprint hurdles. In the 110, Jamaica's Rashid Broadbell dipped under 30-second for the first time in his career, clocking 12.99 to continue his late summer success series after wins at the Commonwealth Games and in Shekespeare. On the women's side, Olympic champion Jasmine Camacho Quinn defeated world champion and world record holder Tobia Musan 12.34 to 12.45, and in the process improved the meeting record, which had been set by Gail Devers 20 years ago, back in 2002. As in Monaco at the previous Diamond League meeting, Venezuela's triple jump star Yulimar Rojas had only 2 valid jumps, but both of them, 14 meters 99 and an excellent 15 meters 31, were longer than her competitors. In the women's 3000, Francine Niyonsaba, back from injury, which had sidelined her at the end of May, surged from 4th to 1st in the last 50 meters to win in 8:26.80, narrowly defeating the USA's Alicia Monson, who had surprisingly led most of the race and took a huge chunk off her PB to close in 8:26.81, just 1/100th of a second behind the Burundian. Atletissima had started on 25 August with the city event. The pole vault competition was held among enthusiastic spectators who crowded the lakeside venue. Mondo Duplantis signed another standout performance in a meeting record of 6 meters 10, his 53rd jump over 6 meters. Chilean photographer Oscar Muñoz Badilla was in Lausanne, and he took some stunning pictures of the Swede. And when you're so close to the runway, you truly realize just how high are 6 meters.
Head goes on the chain and so that you come out of the custom clothing. Fuck's sake, you must be joking. Sings outside of the cup controlling.
Pole vault is one of my very, very favorite events, and watching it from so close to the runway and the mats is really fantastic. So we will come back to Lausanne at the end of the show with videos from the pre-event press points. But let's move on now to the 2 Continental Tour meetings held this week, both on 30 August. In Lucerne, Switzerland, strong winds and heavy rain affected performances. Of note is the women's 100 meters, where Sha'Carri Richardson defeated Elaine Thompson-Herah 11.29 to 11.30. In the long jump, Swiss decathlete Simone Hammer with 8 meters overcame specialists Tajay Gale, 7.89, and Miltiadis Tetoglu, 7.94. In Rovereto, Italy, results were also affected by the rain, but the rain did not stop home stars Roberta Bruni, who set an Italian record of 4 meters 72 in the pole vault, and Nick Ponzio, who took the shot with 21 meters 22. Other top marks included Ali Wilson's 1:58.53 over the 800 meters and Twanisha Terry's 11.02 in the 100 meters. Other notable marks of the past week came in the All-Russia Spartakiada in Chelyabinsk, where 2 world leads were set in the women's race walk. Elvira Chepareva in the 20 kilometers with 1 hours 26:12, and Margarita Nikiforova in the 35K with 2 hours 37:46. Another top result from the 4-day event came in the women's high jump, where Olympic champion Mariala Sitskene successfully cleared 2 meters 01, her best result this season, which brings her to number 3 in the season's list. Let's move now to road events. On August 28th, Antrim Coast Half Marathon in Larne, Great Britain. In the women's race, Yalemzer Fiehwale was victorious in 64:22, equaling the second best time of this year, ahead of compatriot Shehai Gemechu with 65 flat. And Jemal Yimer Mekonnen made it an Ethiopian double, winning the men's race in 59:04, almost 2 minutes ahead of his first opponent. On the same day, Mexico City Marathon was contested. Winners were Kenya's Edwin Kiprop Kipto with 2 hours 10:34, and Ethiopia's Amane Beriso in 2 hours 25:05. Impressive times considering that the altitude in Mexico City is 2,240 meters above sea level. Let's go back now to the Atletissima Diamond League meeting, where the pre-event press conferences were particularly interesting. Noah Lyles was asked about the amazing consistency of Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price. Let's hear what he had to say.
You hear that? It's for an expert. Are you? Do I need to start putting that on my resume? I can start charging more for my track meets now. I consider myself half the expert. I think being able to really listen to the people who know what they're talking about and absorbing that information and then applying it to yourself, that's really how you get better at learning. In terms of Fraser Price's season, I've been very vocal with my brother that, I heard that she said that she wanted to break the world record this year, and I'm like, yeah, I can see that. Like, consistently dropping 10 seconds, or 10.6, like almost every race. And that's very scary, because anytime you see somebody run a time that's almost the exact same time, very consistently, every race, that means that they're about to make a huge drop. And it's happened for me in the 2018 season. I ran nothing but 19.6 almost every race, and I dropped it down to 95. this year I was, just playing around in the area of 19.6, 19.7, and then all of a sudden I just make that huge drop to 19.3. I think when Elaine last year in 2021, you just saw her playing around with that 10.6, 10.7 area, and all of a sudden she just dropped it to 10.5. It's like that wasn't out of nowhere. That was consistently running the same pattern, and then when her body was ready and the wind was ready and the day was good, she was ready to go. So I'm really just waiting for Shelly to have that moment where her body's ready, the day is right, the crowd is there, the wind is perfect, and I'm not going to be shocked when that world record pops up, or it's right next to it, or maybe way ahead of it.
For her part, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce had some interesting things to say about women's sprinting.
I think Usain was doing his thing, and he was remarkable, definitely in his own right. He's a legend. But I think for the females, we were always showing up, but we weren't getting the attention, because with a man like Usain in the field, of course, a lot of attention would be on him. But I think for a decade or over all these years, women have always been showing up and competing. And I'm glad we're at the point where we're getting that recognition, because we're never hiding, we're always showing up and being competitive. And I think for us as Jamaicans, being able to represent our country in this way is something that's mind-blowing, because we grew up seeing, Merlin, Ati, Veronica, and so many others, coming to the forefront and, doing their thing, but we weren't as dominant as we are now as female sprinters. And I think having the young crop of athletes like the Clayton twins and Kerrika Hill, of course, and Liston coming to the forefront, I'm hoping that we give them motivation to know that if we were able to do it and to stand, at this position, they are also able to follow that, that path. And I'm hoping that they'll continue to eclipse, their own standard, and also in the future do the same for us as three strong Jamaican women.
And good quotes came from high jumpers Mutaz Barshim and Gianmarco Tamberi. Gianmarco reflected on the importance of his European title.
The gold medal, how much did you sacrifice for that, and how much you're happy just think you have done it. But as soon as you go back to the new season, as soon as the new season starts, you know that you have to show something that is not finished. The job is not finished. So I started with many problems this year, and I arrived in Eugene with this leg problem. I couldn't perform as I wish, but in the end I'm very happy with my achievement, even if it's not a medal. A jump of 2:33 in that condition, in my opinion, is really a good thing. And going back to Italy, I thought, okay, this is a good start. Now I can improve. But as soon as I landed, I find out I was with COVID, and it's been very tough. You saw me in Monaco, in Monte Carlo, Maggi. It was hard to get back in shape, so it meant a lot to me. And when I saw in the final it was raining, I say myself, that's not possible. It's like somebody is trying to stop me somehow. But then I remember very well when the warm-up finished, I was really sad and not scary, but how can you say? I didn't know how it could end. I was feeling good, but I was scary of the rain, because I know that I'm not a rain jumper at all. And my girlfriend saw my face, and she told me, hey, the competition didn't start yet. Why are you so sad? I said, you're right. I can still do something. And it changed me like this. I can still do my thing. And I was positive and confident, and in the end it worked out. So for me it's very important, because it showed me and people that I'm not done with the Olympics. I can still say something.
And Mutaz spoke about the first time he competed in Lausanne after the Olympic Games in London 2012, and about magic chocolate.
A lot of back problems, and or even the Olympics was not really 100% sure that I'm gonna compete. But anyway, went, got the bronze, was so happy. For me, it felt like a goal after everything that I've been through. And I said to my coach, listen, that's it. We finished the season. I'm going home. I need to recover. I need to celebrate. And he convinced me, no, we need to go to Lausanne. It's the last. You can do this one day. It's up to you. I said, no, coach, I'm tired. Like, no, you try it. You can do it. I said, okay, I'll do it for you. So we flew to Lausanne. I remember when I came back here, came to the hotel, they gave me some, I don't know, some pack of nice Swiss chocolate. Just before I go to the stadium, I eat the whole pack. I went to the stadium, I jumped 239, it was like meet record, Asian record, personal best. I was like, wow, I didn't expect that. So, and I did that from a short approach at the time. So I said to coach, I love it, thank you for letting me come in here. So I'm coming here next time. So I think 1 or 2 years later, I came back to Lausanne. They didn't give me the chocolate, but I went to the store. I bought the same chocolate. I'm like, yeah, that chocolate, that's why you jump high.
Yeah.
I ate the same chocolate. I went to the competition, I jumped back.
Oh.
So I figured out it wasn't the chocolate. No, but I mean, really, it's always nice to, come back here. I love the stadium. I love the crowd that's very close to us, like in the back, and, keep cheering. So I'm happy to be back. I think the last time I was here, like, I don't know, 5 years or something. So I'm really happy to be back, and as I say, I hope the weather will stay like this. I'm looking forward for some great competition and hopefully great jumpings as well.
I just love the chocolate story. Finally, we must end on a sad note as another protagonist in the world of athletics has left us. U.S. discus thrower John Powell passed away on 18 August, aged 75. He was a member of the Spartan track and field team, which also included sprinters Tommy Smith and John Carlos. Powell had set a world record of 69 meters 08, 226 feet 8 inches in 1975. He was fourth at the Olympic Games in 1972, then won 2 Olympic bronze medals in 1976 and 84. He had been selected for the U.S. team for the 1980 Games in Moscow, but could not compete as the U.S. boycotted those games. Powell was also a silver medalist at the 1987 World Championships at the age of 40. 15 years at the very top. Congratulations. Powell was a police officer from 1971 to 1977, then a coach at Stanford University, producing coaching videos and hosting a series of throwing camps. May he now rest in peace. Let's look now at upcoming events as we reach the end of our show. Tomorrow, 2nd of September, Memorial Van Damme Diamond League meeting in Brussels. On the 3rd and 4th of Finland, Finland-Sweden match, the Finnkampen, which is a big thing in the Nordic countries. On the 4th of September, Continental Tour Silver event, ISTAF meeting in Berlin. On the 7th and 8th of September, the Diamond League concludes with the finals in Zurich, Switzerland. From 9 to 11 September, South American Under-18 Championships take place in São Paulo, Brazil. On the 10th and 11th of September, Mediterranean Under-23 Games in Pescara, Italy. On the 11th of September, last Continental Tour Gold event in Zagreb, Croatia, and the action starts already 2 days before. Very busy weekend. 11 September, we will also have the Great North Run Half Marathon in Newcastle upon Tyne, Great Britain, the 5th Avenue Mile in New York, and the following day, 12 September, Continental Tour Silver event in Bellinzona, Switzerland. So lots to look forward to next week as the season tapers off. So we're now at the end of our program. Thank you for watching, and see you next week on Love Athletics to look together at the highlights, comments, and analysis of what's been happening in our sport over the last 7 days. Bye-bye.